So when I work with my clients, I teach them one very important concept when it comes to nutrition. And that is, in order to reach your goal over the long term and sustain it, you have to be able to diet without actually dieting. And to me, that means two things. One, you get to eat the foods that you like to eat. All right, so that means you're not restricting completely. Two, it means that you're not walking around super hungry all the time. And the latter one, point number two, not feeling super hungry all the time, is something that I want to give you a glimpse into how you can do that. There are foods that you can eat without being super conscious of how much of it you're eating in terms of it allowing for you to be full without a huge caloric impact. And frankly, that, like I say, that is one of the keys to making sure that you don't give up on your diet, that you can sustain it long term, that you don't feel like you're hungry all the time. So there's basically three foods. One of them, a couple of them are specific. Another is sort of a broad group. The first one might be a little surprising to you, but and it's kind of an acquired taste. Not everybody likes this. But one food that you can eat a lot of and helps you feel full and stay full is egg whites. There are a lot of great things about egg whites. I already listed one. Is that they're super low calorie. I think 3 to 4 tablespoons is like 25 calories, okay? So you will feel pretty full before you can consume a large amount of egg whites. So you'll get full, but you can get full on other things too, just as much as you can get full on egg whites, but the caloric difference is gonna be huge, right? So, getting full on something like peanut butter, which a serving is just a tablespoon and is equivalent to like 150 to 200 calories, that's gonna be way more calories than if you fill up on egg whites, for example. Okay, do we want to eat peanut butter more than we want to eat egg whites? Yeah, but you can make egg whites taste really good. You can make an egg white omelet that is really fulfilling and filling, right? So egg whites is the first thing that I would suggest if you're starting on a diet and you don't want to feel like totally restricted in terms of how much you can eat. Egg whites is a great way to go. I have egg whites pretty much every day. I'll make them in a pan and I'll make it into basically an omelet, and it's really good. You put some hot sauce, salt and pepper, whatever. If you want to make an actual omelet, you can put some things in there. And that brings me to the second group. This is more of a group of foods, and that's basically salads. Salads are a really good way to trick yourself into feeling full without a huge caloric impact, right? So when I say salads, I mean a salad that's not just leafy greens, but has a host of things that you can have to go with it that actually makes it super, super tasty, like a balsamic vinaigrette that you can put a dressing over with lemon in it, which makes it really tasty, some salt and pepper. And that is something like, let's just say you're having chicken as your protein and you've got some pulled chicken, but you can really make it more filling and more enjoyable if you have that over salad, right? And you can essentially have as much salad as you want. And frankly, salad is great, even if you don't really like the taste of it or a whole lot. It's like not something you super enjoy, but you'll eat it. It is one of those things that really helps you stay full between meals. And I don't just mean like salad on its own, but basically salad helps create what we call kind of bulk in the diet. When you eat it, it relatively expands, if you want to call it that, inside so that it feels like you're fuller than you actually are. So if you were to eat just chicken and just chicken alone, you are going to be hungrier sooner than if you were to have that with, with salad, okay? So salad kind of takes me into the next group, which is similar to salad, but we just call this group fruits and vegetables. And here's something I like to tell people off the bat. Like when I start working with people, they're like, okay, you want me to be kind of on a low carb diet, right? And to an extent, I say yes, but that does not include fruits. If you think about what your diet is now, as far as carbohydrates, pasta, pizza, beer, other alcohol and mixed drinks, all the other kind of carbs you can think of that are they're simple carbs. They're the ones that affect your blood sugar. And then people want to immediately think, okay, I got to get rid of all that. And that includes fruit, right? Like I can't have fruit because there's sugar in there. Nah, dude, you can totally have fruit. I suggest that you do have fruit. This is something we call, a healthy carbohydrate. So I like to tell people, look, if you're hankering for a snack or for something sweet, trust me, when you haven't had like ice cream and stuff and you've been staying away from sweets, a piece of fruit really is like dessert. And I'll challenge you this way. If you haven't had carbs in a while and you like sweets, reach for a clementine. And I'll tell you, you'll enjoy that clementine way more than you thought you could possibly ever enjoy it. And like I say, that's because if you haven't been having carbs, something as sweet as a clementine is going to be like a piece of candy. So go for it. That's a great choice to have. Not only that, but you eat an orange, a whole orange, you'll notice that that's actually rather, filling because it's got a lot of water content in it too, right? Which we know also if we chug some water, it'll kind of temporarily fulfill you and you won't feel super, super hungry, right? The same goes for vegetables. And here's the thing. All right, will eating one piece of celery sustain you till your next meal? No. But if you put like a whole bunch of mixed vegetables, depending upon what they are, in and bake them or grill them, and you just have a bunch of vegetables, dude, veggies are so low calorie that they're basically not even something I would be concerned about for somebody who's on like a basic diet. So my point is, dude, you could eat vegetables until you feel like you're gonna blow up. And I promise you, it's not going to take away, as long as everything else is in line, it's not going to take away from the progress that you have. So get stuffed on vegetables. On a diet, there are foods you can eat to get stuffed. Like I said, egg whites are a great example. Go ahead, go wild. Get stuffed on egg whites. Get stuffed on fruit. Get stuffed on salads. Get stuffed on vegetables. One caveat with the salads, that does not include dressings, like you see on the shelves in the grocery store. That includes the low-fat ones, low-calorie ones. Dressings and other condiments can really be, they can sneak up on you. Even like olive oil, right? A tablespoon of olive oil is like 100 plus calories. You gotta watch out because most people put at least 2 tablespoons of, olive oil when they're just like pouring it on. It doesn't look as much as it really is when you're just pouring it. So unfortunately, you have to make your own dressings, but if you put some like honey mustard or regular Dijon mustard, you mix that up with just a touch of olive oil, some salt and pepper, maybe some vinaigrette or what have you. It makes a kick-ass dressing, but you've got to make sure that you're not overdoing it because dressings are super caloric. A perfect example of that is like when you go and look at the menu of like a fast food place. Sometimes you'll find that the salad has way more calories than like a burger or fries, right? And that's because of the toppings and the dressings, right? So no dressings, from the store or toppings that are, you don't want to stack up on croutons and stuff like that. So don't go home and say, oh my God, Thomas said I got to have as much salad as I want. Get the croutons out. Unfortunately, no. But like I said, get stuffed on egg whites, get stuffed on salads, get stuffed on vegetables and fruits. It's all good. You don't have to be miserable when you're dieting. All right, folks, that's it. Peace.